Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're in Gastown. I don't know where the exact border of Gastown starts, but I do know that Gastown is recognized for all the brick on the ground. So we are definitely in Gastown, as you can see all the brick there. And a lot of old buildings too, like that old building is brick. So the little I know about Gastown, it's named Gas because of a guy named Gassy Jack. Don't know the exact details, but he, like back in the day, Gastown I think was the first or one of the first like places in Vancouver where people settled and set up shop. And it was like a shipping area because like a lot of ports and boats were all on the water there. And Gassy Jack would bring them like rum or something. I don't know if he'd bring them like gasoline. I have to check on that, but there's a lot of trendy shops, as you can see. Very modern. And a lot of the buildings are brick, just as the ground. But it's usually just like the front of the building. It's not the inside. So like a lot of the buildings are refurbished on the inside. But yeah, Gastown is pretty much known for the bricks. Smellies. It's also a big party area, like clubs and pubs in the evening. Today is Friday, so as you can see, there's quite a lot of people out. Now, COVID though, I don't know how busy it'll be. So this pub here has got one of the biggest patios or best patios of Vancouver. Local. It used to be called something else, but changed businesses a couple times. And it's very European also, Gastown. I guess because it was one of the first places people set up shop in Vancouver. It's got a Europe flair because a lot of English came here, I guess, so it's kind of like England, I guess. But yeah, good place to have a beer, some appetizers. Down there is Blarney Stone, an Irish pub. You can see the light there. There's a few Irish pubs in Gastown, and I have memories of standing in line in the rain for many hours to get into Blarney Stone when I was younger, like in college. And then like as soon as I get to the front of the line, the place closes. It's also, Gastown is right near the railroad track. I'll just go down and check this out. So this is the CPR, Canadian Pacific Railway, and pretty much ends in Canada here, like in Vancouver. I don't know if this is the ending. There's someone urinating down in the alley. Hope he doesn't see me film him. That is Canada Place, or we call it the Sales. It's like a convention center, some shops and stuff there. And that is downtown Vancouver down there. And that's the water. Just across the railroad tracks is the water. And across the water is North Vancouver and West Vancouver. But yeah, that's like our port. You can see the red cranes and stuff. So that port is one of the biggest shipping ports in North America. I think San Francisco's the biggest. My dad worked in shipping, so he knows all about that. Seattle's pretty big, but San Francisco I think is the biggest. And it's also a big cruise destination as well. Vancouver is a big stop right before Alaska. A lot of people come by and stop here. I've been to that restaurant before. Country Barbecue. It's changed names. It used to be called Flying Pig or something. So yeah, the sun is just trying to break through, battling with the clouds. It was raining all last night. But now it's very nice. So this is, yeah, pretty trendy now. Gastown wasn't always as fancy. I think like 10 years ago, all these nice businesses moved in. But now there's a lot of clothing shops and trendy pubs, bars, and restaurants. This is the old spaghetti factory. I've eaten here a couple times. It's really cheap pasta. And Gastown is also known for tourist shops, like this one. There's a lot of, I zoomed in, Canadian tourist stuff, Canadiana, like maple syrup, and maple leaves, native drawings, whales, just a lot of tourist stuff. It's kind of a tourist trap down in Gastown. Oh, this is a really popular shoe store, John Fluvog. This trendy shoe designer. It's a huge store. I think it's been here for maybe only like 10 years now or something. If you like shoes, this is a good place to come. But they're pretty expensive. Since 1970, John Fluvog. West Coast designer. Yeah, so you can see the buildings are very old architecture. I think this is like the oldest part of Vancouver. Well, Shaughnessy is another old part, but this part's really old. Here's another shoe store. Pretty fancy. But yeah, there's a lot of history in Gastown. That Lamplighter Pub is another popular fixture down here. It's just got pool tables, good place for a pint of beer if you're into that. And here we are at the railroad tracks again. And you can see the mountains. So yeah, Friday. It's kind of busy. Oh, it's gonna let us cross. I think a lot of artists are down here too. It's a good place for architects, painters, any artists, artistry. And those guys were looking at that, I think, VR. That's kind of cool. Virtual reality center. There's also one or two games rooms, I think they're called, or like puzzle rooms, those places where you go in and have to solve puzzles down here. I did that once with my family. That was pretty fun. And you have to like find clues and unlock things. So that's kind of cool. And this is where my brother used to work. Somewhere down there with like a computer company. Yeah, he used to work down there. Many memories of Gastown. Like, I grew up in North Vancouver, which is over there to the north, across the water. And many in North Van, we would jump on the sea bus, which goes across the water to come to Gastown. So yeah, it was just like a thing to do in grade 12 or right after, like in college. And like I said before, just stand in line for hours trying to get into a stupid club or pub. That was kind of the thing to do, is to come down to Gastown because it was so close to the sea bus. We're walking towards the sea bus, which is straight ahead, and because everyone drank, it was easy to take the sea bus, and then you don't have to drink and drive, obviously. I remember that parking lot too. I parked there a couple times. And I also heard gunshots in that parking lot once. Not a very good thing if you're interested in coming to Vancouver, but there's not really gunshots in Vancouver. It's just that was just that one time I heard it for some reason. There's another tourist shop. Souvenirs. Now this Starbucks here is the busiest Starbucks in Vancouver. It's, yeah, extremely busy apparently. There's usually a lot of people out on the patio. And here we are at this clock. Now, for some reason, this clock is extremely popular. There isn't a lot of people here right now, but it's an old steam clock, but it's not actually run by steam now anymore. It's now run, I don't know, electrical or something. But yeah, usually there's no one now, I guess COVID or something, but there's usually tons of tourists all standing around it, taking photos and videos. It might actually go off because it's almost 4:30, as you can see, just like it's 4:29. Or it might actually go off every hour. So I know every hour there's like a crowd that stands around and they take videos and photos. I just found it funny because I never really knew what the attraction was. It's not like that exciting, it's just a clock. You can see on the sign here, this clock is located at the western boundary of the old Granville town site known as Gastown. In 1870, the shore of Burrard Inlet was only a few yards north of this point. Through the early Gastown was the commercial center of Vancouver. By the 60s, it had become the center of Vancouver's Skid Road. In the early 70s, it was rehabilitated to its former stature. The success of its rehabilitation was due to property owners, retailers, city councils. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to go off at 4:30 or if we have to wait until 5 for that to go off. It might go off. I've been to that restaurant before, Water Street Cafe. It's pretty fancy. See, there's a gallery. There's a lot of galleries down here. Okay, I guess it's not going to go off. So you can see other people with their phones. Oh. It went off. Woo! So that was kind of cool. It did go off. But yeah, it sounds like a train, I guess. I think every hour it'll go off a lot more. So I fell into the tourist trap. A lot of fashion clothing down here. Gelato, where you see most tourist places. They'll have gelato and ice cream and all that. Looks nice. There's a lot of brick in Gastown, that's for sure. From the street to the buildings, everything's brick. More tourist stuff if you like Canadiana. Maple syrup. Look at the maple syrup collection. That is a lot of maple syrup. Oh, I always like this alley. Looks kind of like Italy or something. There's an Italian restaurant down there. You could see, I don't know if you could see Gross in the distance. It's a little bit whited out, but it's kind of nice down there. More tourist shops. T-shirts. That was cool. He was playing some pretty heavy rap. And now we're coming to the end of Gastown, pretty much. See, it's not that big. It's not that far, not that big. It's a nice looking store. So yeah, if you want to come clothes shopping, Gastown is a good option. Sushi, a lot of sushi restaurants, like normal. Vancouver, everywhere, sushi restaurants. Jade jewelry. This building's nice. The Landing. Now, I think if anybody knows Dragon's Den, they'll know one of the guys on Dragon's Den is the CEO of Boston Pizza. Oh, here's the Whitecaps if you want to get some Canadian soccer memories if you're coming back. Whitecap soccer, we don't usually do too well though. Anyways, yeah, Dragon's Den, Boston Pizza, the CEO or the founder, forget his name, the older guy on Dragon's Den. His office is in that building, in the Landing. So, one of his offices. I'm sure he has offices in Ontario and everywhere. But yeah, I remember watching Dragon's Den one day, and I saw him, or saw a clip of him in that building, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that is Gastown. I think maybe just because I like to make these a half an hour long, I'm going to go to the C bus. Just because that was a little short. This is Steamworks. Steamworks is very popular. Steamworks Brewing Company. It's got brew pub, brews alcohol, and pretty good food, pretty affordable. And good times. Go there with some friends and drink. I've done that a couple times. It's the place, it's like a really common place if people can't decide where to go. Just go to Steamworks and you can get a flight of beer, so you get like 5 little cups of beer to sample all their beers, like most breweries. So despite COVID, everybody is out at the restaurant. That's good. Seeing how it is Friday, people have to get their Friday on. So here is the railway from up above, and Gross Mountain, Canada Place. Again, Canada Place is called the Sales. It's like a convention center. Wonder. Everybody's got a front row seat. Let's grab over here. This is the C-Bus and SkyTrain terminal. So the C-Bus, what that is that you walk along that bridge there. See that bridge? And it goes to the C-Bus, and then the C-Bus takes you to North End. You could see the C-Bus coming in over there. There's the SkyTrain. And the SkyTrain goes... That SkyTrain, I don't know where that one goes. But the second train there, that one with the blue and yellow stripe, that is the purple train is the West Coast Express. You can see West Coast Express. So the West Coast Express goes all the way out to, I forget exactly, it's like Maple Ridge, I believe. So people who want to come to downtown to work, you jump on the West Coast Express, and it's much more affordable than driving, save money on gas. But the ticket price is going to be more expensive than like the regular SkyTrain. So yeah, this is like there are people in there. I don't know where they're going. It's like the hub. This is where like the SkyTrain stops. You can see the port over there, the port of Vancouver. Again, my dad will know a lot more about that. He worked in the shipping industry. And that is a pretty busy port. If you ever heard of the show Border Security, they show airport security and people coming in with their bags. I love that show. But they also show people at the port there, and they show them scanning crates and stuff to search for drugs or whatever. All right, so that is, and Gross Mountain. You can see a little snow. There's a little snow on Gross Mountain there. But nonetheless, it is a warm day. It's like 16 degrees Celsius. I know because I Googled it before coming out to make sure I didn't have to dress extra warm. And there is the backside of Gastown, or the front side. You can see a lot of the buildings. All right, so maybe we'll just walk to the C-Bus there. So I think I'll stay on the outside here. No, I'll go inside. Just had to put on my mask. Sorry for the shaking around. So this is like the back entrance for the C-Bus SkyTrain station. This is where It's kind of like a secret entrance. It's not really that secret, but yeah, when you come off the C bus, I usually come through this door here to go to Gastown, but the front door is around there, is straight ahead. So this is the Waterfront Station, it's called. It's our big like station. It's not exactly that New York station, whatever that's called. I forget the name of it. With the huge room, but this is pretty nice nonetheless. It's got some nice architecture. Got a new restaurant, trendy restaurant there. So yeah, there's like photos of the Rockies up there. And it's a very busy area. Everyone's coming and going from the SkyTrain to the C-Bus. So that down there is the C-Bus and SkyTrain. So you buy your ticket and scan it through, and then you can go on the SkyTrain or the C-Bus. The Starbucks is pretty busy. I usually see a ton of people there. Jugo Juice, which is in most places. See, here's the SkyTrain. You go along there. We are here, Waterfront, so that's where we are. And there's North Van, so the C-Bus goes across there. And there's two SkyTrains, so you go there and then you can transfer if you want. Go there or there. And there's another SkyTrain, the Canada line. This goes out to the airport, YVR Airport. So that is the Canada line right there. So that's a different SkyTrain. That's pretty new. Before we didn't have that and everybody had to bus out, which was horrible. But now you can just take the SkyTrain, which is cool. And that is the Canada line down there. Next to A&W. So yeah, let's just come out here. Looks like they're selling masks. It's probably doing a good business. Usually there's musicians out here or different people sitting around. So yeah, technically Waterfront is the border of Gastown, I guess. Although, I mean, Gastown is, I'd say it's where the bricks are, down there. And this is the Canada Pacific Railway sign, but this is Waterfront Station. And the last of all that brick, tons of brick. And if we keep going, you'll go to the convention center in Canada Place where the sales are. So that is Gastown. Hope you guys liked it and got a sense of what Gastown's all about, and the brick and the clubs and the pubs. And I'm now going to film the silent version, just walking back, so if you guys want to watch that. And thank you for joining. What else? Oh, there's the Woolworths Building. That's a pretty cool building. See that down there? It's pretty tall. And it used to be a big shopping center. It's got the W on there. You can see that W right there. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.